Live? I see we're in the green. Let's see how long we stay there. Are we good? I've been seen. Alright, I'm gonna reread this story, by the way, so far, because we got way interrupted, and I don't know how much that, actually got there. But it was storming earlier, so shit disconnecting is a thing. You can also grab another stream if you would so like. I'm gonna have some coffee while people settle in again. I'll type a little message as well. Should be back up now. Refresh. So your shit is good. Words are hard. Good. Okay, are we alive? I just took a sippy. Well, thanks for grabbing your shroom, Vanilla and Wifey. Now you are 2 mushrooms away from 200. Hell yeah. Alright. Yeah, shit was rocky before because the storm, so I hope we're good now. But yeah, I'm just gonna read what we've gone over so far, just so that we have the entire story, because also I'd like to upload this VOD properly. Alright, we good? You chill, internet? Alright, I'll hydrate for Vanilla, who's the face of my watering can, and will remain so. Alright, mushroom game time. Time to do some reading, but apparently there's voice acting, which is hype. I consider that very hype. Not from the narrator, though. Okay, once upon a time there was a humble recluse. Though they had no need for society, they did often find themselves home to a loneliness that they could never quite shake. In the morning the sun would rise. At night it would set. The recluse would observe this splendor, knowing that the sight would be made all the more beautiful by having someone to share it with. Mushroom friends? Oh my god, there's an ad break already. Right. Can I snooze this? Can I make it not? Or no, you guys are gonna be stuck in baby jail. Versus. Yeah, damn it. Okay, well, while we're in ad jail, I'm gonna go over things. So it looks like we have an almanac. We have a little music thing that apparently we can turn on and off. I hope that it's not, like, copyright claimed. Or, you know, gonna get me claimed. We're gonna hope, but it's in the context of a game, so we should be good. And then, I have no idea what this is, but this is a big-ass cursor. I like all the pixel art, too, and then the little mushrooms on the side. That's a fun border. I think that's really cool. So, it looks like we're gonna do a visual novel with voice acting. Oh. You know, I'm just gonna wait the 2 minutes, because y'all also just got here. VOD watchers, just skip ahead. You'll figure it out when this screen changes. I'm so good at instructing things. Amazing. There you go, 2:13. I'm assuming you are in an ad right now, which should be over in a minute. I did make a new little, like, UI slot because Cam was like, hey, you want to try Pro for free for, like, a month? And I'm like, cool. I can make a new UI thing with a transparent background for once. I will buy Canva Pro eventually when I can actually more consistently afford it. Alright, 1 minute. 1 minute, 21 seconds. Are you kidding me? This is killing, please. I want to read more. The storm killed my internet and now we're paying for it. Oh, down to a minute. Almost. Yes, I just don't want to read any more before progressing because we literally just started. Oh, we're in seconds now. I don't know why that bottom one constantly is shuffling around during certain times, but I do like the way it looks now because it does pop a bit more. Less so here and more so here. I'll show you. We got like 40 seconds of ads anyway, so this is more so for VOD people. Look, you can see a bit better against my chatting background now. So, you can see stuff. So you got the date and time, you got my little events rotator, and then we have the ad timer, which tells you how long the current ad's going to be going for, which is what I'm going off of, while I yap and ramble to fill time. And also when it will be coming next. I try to run a group of 3 minutes every hour, so that those are the only ads that play on this shit. 10 seconds! Fuck it, I'm reading. Alright. We're lonely. We want to share it with somebody. I think we're the recluse. It wasn't that they desired a relationship. Perhaps it was a flame that had burned in them one too many times. Or perhaps they were simply disinterested. Ace Monarch? Ace Royalty? Perhaps. No, a child. What? What? No, a child. That's what they wanted. In this economy? Okay. Someone to take care of, to teach. That's a pet. What you want is a pet. Why does it have to be a child? Unfortunately, it was a longing that could not be found. Not in these woods, alone. However, we are never quite alone as we think, are we? Creepy, thanks. One day, a witch appeared as if drawn by the intensity of the recluse's desire. The lumber that the recluse had spent the morning gathering slipped through their hands as they spotted her. The Witch of the Woods. Probably Louise. She did recommend this, maybe she's making a cameo. She began to speak. Voice acting? No! What the fuck? Okay. You desire a child, yes? For some, those are quite easy to come by. But not you, it would seem. Let us make a deal, then. If you do three simple chores for me, I will present you with the daughter of your very own. Okay. The recluse, caught up in a moment of naivete, quickly agreed. Oh, there's a daughter checklist! I have tasks? What? Okay. The witch, knowing that the recluse was destined to accept, simply nodded and began to deliver the first of these so-called chores without hesitation. I'm doing chores? Why are presenting children? Because we're lonely. I don't know. Okay, so we are the recluse. Growth struggles to be achieved without presence. Offer me that which embodies the emotion you would provide for your daughter. What? The recluse pondered for a moment, thinking of what they had to offer. Oh, we get choices. So a silver-backed hand mirror, a deteriorating book of poetry, why is it already broken? And a prized gem fragment. So a random rock shard, a soggy book. The mirror is the only thing that seems like it's intact. I feel like this is going to deteriorate like the kind of like daughter, or I guess mushroom, because it is called Mushroom Musume, that I'm going to get. I like the idea of giving the child like basically broken glass, so we're going to go with that one. A prized gem fragment. Run with it, I dare you. If there was anything worth showcasing the sheer wonder the recluse would have had for their daughter, it was a small glittering fragment they kept secret. Oh, because I'm in awe of her. Okay. Maybe Mimi is like my TikToks because I love and appreciate Rebecca fans. That's fair. Make an appreciation post. Like a brilliant emerald, it glimmered unlike anything else the recluse had ever seen, but even they understood that beneath its surface coursed something ethereal. Returning to the witch, the recluse held out their offering. But the witch holds up her hand in protest. It is a beautiful thing to offer such passion. Merely the intent alone shall suffice. She said, I don't want your broken rock. Feeling a tender hollowness, the recluse declined to answer. The second day. Oh, we're done with task 1 already. The recluse slept more soundly that night than they had in ages. Having a purpose again soothed them, even if they had found themselves caught up with a witch. What's wrong with witches? Hey, rude. They elected not to think about that, though. Instead, when the morning came, they simply did what they had to do, which is to say, they got up and went to meet with the witch. Upon watching the recluse's approach, a sardonic smile lit the witch's face. You completed your first task admirably. 2 more and I can finally give you what you want. She paused for only a moment before delivering her next message of import. It is important for a young person to be well grounded in this world, I hear. Bring me a jar of soil to help with this process. I got a jar of dirt. Keep in mind that not all dirt is the same, though. What do you mean not all dirt is the same? We're getting picky with dirt now? This is Wheeze. Consider the source carefully. What if I scrape the mud off your boots? Will that be good enough? Because it came from you? Soil? That did sound somewhat magical, the recluse supposed. Left with this vague prompt, they considered their options. More cards? Your favorite foraging nook? The witch's home front yard? Or a quiet graveyard? No. This is funnier to me. The idea that I just grab a shovel, I like uproot some fucking flower bed, being like, well, you told me to gather soil. So we're gonna go with the witch's own front yard. I have no idea what I'm making. But we'll do this one. Well, the witch wanted dirt. And dirt there was in abundance. Am I gonna get in trouble? What should I say? I'm gonna save. Like every visual novel ever, there is a save. Okay. And then return. Besides, perhaps there was some ambient magical property to this area that the recluse was simply not aware of. Or at least that's what they told themselves as they finished their task in the quickest and laziest way possible. Hey! I didn't do it to be lazy, I did it for the funny. Shut up. Arriving back at their meeting place, the recluse was excited to share their selection with the witch. So that's what you picked, eh? Very well, it shall do. Feeling the need to scrub their skin, what, 'cause you're dirty? The recluse retired to their hut to cleanse themselves. Blish bash, I was taking a bath, ba 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 ba. The third day. These are very easy tasks, I'm skeptical. With 2 assignments complete, the recluse could feel their excitement grow. If this witch was being honest, and for some reason they felt like that she was, then that meant that this could be the last night they spent without a child. I don't know why you couldn't just get a dog or something, but sure. They hoped so, at least. That was all they could do. Barely remembering to get dressed. What? Why? Don't run, Commando. The recluse dashed to the meeting spot. Again, the witch had been waiting there for them. Welcome back, recluse. Are you prepared? You seem out of breath, you little shit. Today is your big day, is it not? No, because I haven't done task number 3 yet. The last task is an easy one, or at least I believe so. The you dumbass is implied, but I feel it. Bring me something colorful, something bright that you think will suit her. When they were first told of the 3 tasks, the recluse had imagined that things were much more difficult. This seems so easy as to be a trick. Well, you're talking to a magical being in a forest, so probably. Which, they supposed, only meant that they should take it seriously, as if a mistake could mean death. Well, when you put it that way... With death in mind, oh god, we're grim. The recluse needed to decide where to search for color. A field of flowers, or a stony river. So I guess it's telling me that I'm gonna fucking die if I pick the river? Okay. We'll go for flowers, because flowers are pretty. I would like a Tropa Belladonna, please. If someone wanted color, where else was there to even consider? The recluse decided to make their way to a particularly idyllic field of flowers. The field was filled with an overwhelming amount of choice. Before long, the recluse narrowed the options down to a few. Black pansies, a Stygian omen. Okay, so river Styx. What's that? A pumpkin? There's a pumpkin? I want spooky season. Oh, that's a strong contender. Milkweed, the bright orange herald of the butterflies. Milkweed is orange? I've heard of milkweed, I've never seen it. I guess that makes sense. I see a sword. Bleeding hearts. Sanguine and symbolic drops. Forget-me-nots. Light-hearted blue flowerets. Okay, forget-me-nots make me sad. So we're not going with those. I'm between bleeding hearts and a pumpkin. I feel like we gotta go with the pumpkin. Fall is coming up. It's getting cold here. So, I mean, that checks out. Like, I'm literally sitting at this desk with a beanie on, which I want to lift a little, actually, because it's making my headphones sit weird and I can't hear too well otherwise. I have a long sleeve kind of thermal shirt. I have my Medusa sweatshirt, and I have a cardigan on. It's the fucking Tortured Poets Taylor one. So, oh, and I have slippers on and pajama pants. But my feet are still freezing because my feet are always freezing. So, we gotta go with the pumpkin. It's not a flower, the recluse figured. But perhaps that's okay. Yeah, I make my own fucking rules. Their daughter would be unique, like a single gourd sitting proudly in a field of daisies. I know we picked a pumpkin, but do we have to call our daughter a gourd? Just like the pumpkin in their hands was, before they took it. Oh! We're aggressively Irish now. And the UI has changed to orange and green. That's so pretty. The recluse returned to the witch's hut, colored item in hand. Hey, they didn't say it had to be a flower. She silently took the object, nodding her head to the recluse in recognition. The recluse stood there for a moment, unsure, before finally the witch realized what they expected. Oh, you want your promised daughter, don't you? Her voice was almost mocking, but at least it was not overtly cruel. I suppose I must tell you that I lied, human. I do require several more trifling things from you. That tracks. First is the matter of payment. Oh no, I don't have monies. The recluse should have known that everything is for a cost. How much is the adoption fee nowadays? Pay me now with wealth. Pay me now with life. Oh, hell no. Pay me sometime soon in larger quantities, so interest. Pay me at a much later date in the way I choose. Hell no. No, that's too open-ended. I know my fan, you don't fucking do that. This is basically the same with interest. I mean, we live alone. We're literally called the recluse, and that's what that means. I feel like she's just gonna kill me if I pick this one. Just pay for it the way you pay for everything else, with monies that I apparently have. They offered their coin purse to the witch, and she took it wordlessly. After pocketing the whole pouch, okay, God, she returned a single coin to the recluse's hand. Oh, also, it says spring here now. So it does have seasons. This will be sufficient, the witch smiles. What was that on the side? Oh, you won't see that. There was like little up arrows that went off behind me. With the payment settled, the witch simply smiled and handed the recluse a small pot. Humans are tricky, but mushrooms are much more resilient. Couldn't agree more. Consider this an upgrade. Don't worry, eventually she will develop a mind. Disturbing, but I like it. Also, this track, again, you can't see it because UI and shit. This is called, hold on, give me the mushroom name again. Amanita Andante. I love that. That's so cool. This game is adorable. Simply give her time, as much as she needs. Soon your wish will be in full bloom. I suppose with all that settled, though, there is one last thing for you to consider. A young girl needs a proper name. The recluse thought on the witch's demand before offering the final thing they had to give. I get to pick? Oh no. Oh god. What do I call you? I'm tempted to just straight up call you Pumpkin, because that'd be hilarious. What do I call you? Because I'm gonna assume, because like the entire screen changed when we chose like our colored item, which I think is a really clever way to like color the UI and I guess indicate whatever ending you're heading towards, because I'm assuming there's multiple endings. What do I call you? This is pressure. This is way too much pressure. You know what? I'm gonna call her Cinna. I love the character in Hunger Games, and also it's close to cinnamon, which is one of my favorite spices. I mean, I don't know a lot of people that don't like cinnamon, to be fair, but like it also just gives fall vibes. So I'm naming her Cinna. Then she walked away, only fate knowing if the two should ever meet again. Chapter 2, Cultivation. Wait, what are we calling this? Are these all Shroom track titles? Puffball Cannon! Aw, that's cute. Though the recluse was unsure of the specifics, they did realize that it was important to heed her instructions. Care for the pot and the dirt and everything that lay within. Can I paint the outside of a pot all pretty? So the recluse geared up, as any parent should, and assessed the things they needed to raise a child. Finances, in the case the nearby village had goods or services that you could not provide. Nutrients for the child to help it grow strong. They would need plenty, as it would be depleted on a daily basis. Oh, what? Are you giving me a Tamagotchi? I never had one of those, and probably for good reason. And finally, the recluse's own stamina could not be ignored. One cannot burn the candle from both ends indefinitely. But people have certainly tried. Thus began the longest growing season of the recluse's life. Oh. The day has gotten away from you. Already the sun's gentle descent is being swallowed behind the forest's reach. You weren't able to finish everything you set out for today, but you only have time for one more chore. Well, we're kind of a broke bitch at the moment. Our stamina's okay. Okay, this is interesting. I didn't expect this aspect. Nutrients seem to be fine. Oh, there's info. Oh, is this little Cinna a pumpkin mushroom? That's so cute. There's an affection meter. Hold on, let me duck a little so you can see. The environment's acceptable. This is also giving, not Papers, Please. What's that one where the family's in the bunker and you kind of have to choose how you take care of them? What is that? That's not 60 seconds, is it? Hold on, I'm looking this up. Because I remember watching Jack play it quite a bit. Hold on, Family in Bunker Survival Game. Family Bunker Survival Game. No, what is it? What is it called? Tell me what it's called. It's not Fallout. Oh, I think... Okay, I see people doing videos on it. It should tell me what the game is. It is 60 seconds. I'm dumb. But yeah, that's the one. My bunker where I held the family in the bunker hostage to steal all their cheeses? What the fuck? What the fuck, man? No, there is a legit game for that, though. It's called 60 Seconds. I know Jack definitely played it. I think Mark played it, too. Oh, apparently there are notes. I can't write jack shit. Her trait is that she's potted. The pot of soil sits calmly with a small mushroom contained within. Oh, will things pop up if I click on them? She needs food, but her food isn't quite the same as yours. Ensure that she never grows hungry. Notes for this, you avoid the village where you can, but with a daughter you have new needs. Money allows you to buy things that you couldn't gather yourself. Well, our finances are kind of shit right now, so I think I know where I'm gonna go next. You only have so much time and energy. Choose how you spend those things carefully. You've seen mushrooms before that have a certain special gleam. Your daughter does not yet have this gleam, but she could if you raise her right. I didn't know this was literally going to be like taking care of a kid simulator. But like for a mushroom, that's kind of cute. Your daughter's growth is fickle. To ensure higher quality, you need to grow her in the best conditions. I think these needs are high enough now that we should probably focus on this. And then, I guess for a relationship. She is your daughter after all, even if she doesn't always look like much of one. If your daughter is well loved, she'll be able to improve at things more quickly. What? Improve at what? Okay. I think we're gonna go stamina, but we'll read through the cards anyway. Or not stamina, money. Finish a favor the villager's leader asked of you. Purchase new construction materials for your hut. You've already worked hard enough, retire to the tavern. Barter for some slime substrates to better grow your daughter. I'm gonna assume this is how we earn money, but also maybe a better relationship to the village. The children are the shrooms, yes. I think it's cool. So we're gonna finish the favor so that we can maybe up our finances a bit. Doing favors for the leader is comfortable to you. It allows you flexibility while still giving you some funds. Knew it. Today is no different than usual. You heard some cats for the leader. Is the leader Chew? How many friends can I, like, force cameos on here? And in exchange, they pay you. How novel. Oh, they paid me a lot. Oh, but that took a lot of stamina out of me. I like the very Lord of the Rings kind of Gaelic-looking font they have going on here. It's cool. Your tasks behind you, you and your daughter return home. Each do a nice bath and a simple dinner. Ooh, she's getting a little hungry. I think we should be okay. Well, let's see what she looks like when she's ready, because you might not want to eat her. I mean, now she probably looks edible as hell, but... I mean, she's literally a pumpkin mushroom, she probably is, but no eating the child. I think I do have to sort of treat this like 60 seconds, though. Because I can't tell, like, the decay rate, if it just goes down in increments of 2 or what. But, You realize that, buried in your new goal, you've forgotten to feed yourself. Or procure any human food, really. What seems like the most nutritious option? I'm allowed to feed them. To the village, their market has many enticing goods. We might want to save. What was this mushroom for again? Looks tasty. No! To the woods for foraging. Oh, so you could literally eat your daughter. No! I feel like this one's gonna cost stamina. Sneak morsels away from your charge. What? No. Okay, so I think either foraging... Yeah, we'll forage because I want to save money. We're not eating her. So to the woods for foraging. Let's go. You know where to find food, and it's been something that you've never struggled with previously. Well, yeah, we live in the forest. This is so me-coded. Thank you, Wheeze, for this, if you're seeing this later. It's part of you, and nothing can change that. Not even a mushroom. Ooh, what is all this? Making your way to your favorite nook, you quickly find what you were after. Of course, the generous bounty of treats for your daughter is a nice bonus. This is the decision being made, life continued. Huh? Something's happening. Gain trait, mushroom creature. Oh! Your daughter is changed into the light. She's so cute. Stop. Stop. She's adorable. Oh my god. One day you awaken suddenly, discovering that your mushroom has gained enough limbs to propel themselves around the house. The creature toddles on uneasy legs, bumping into objects noisily, and a cute face now shows a vacant expression. Her demeanor seems pensive and unsure, sometimes staring long at unfamiliar objects. Well, she just got her eyes today. Encourage her thoughtfulness. Spend time nurturing her environment. Motivate her to do something more productive. Alright, you got a face, you got legs, get to work. No. You know what? Yeah, let's encourage her to think. Encourage her thoughtfulness. Your daughter's development is going better than expected, and you want to promote her inquisitive nature. You gather a collection of unusual things from around your house for her to look at, such as nooks, antiques, and broken tools. Why are we hoarding broken tools? Alright. She continues to observe the things you bring her for long hours, seemingly finding some enrichment in the activity. The decision being made, life continued. Ooh, she's getting hungry. We're gonna have to feed her soon. One evening, you hear a light knocking at your door. Quite a rare occurrence. Peeking through the window, you witness none other than the Witch of the Woods standing on the doorstep of your humble hut. Could she be here for a visit, or to settle a debt? I already paid you! Get out of here! Introduce her to your daughter. Privately request a stipend. No, our finances are fine. I'm gonna assume that the decisions we make to, like, feed and take care of, like, pop up with these cards, because otherwise I will have fucked up. But we'll introduce her, because she's the one that gave her, after all. Perhaps it was time for your daughter to meet the witch. She can maybe even learn a thing or two. The two of you answer the door and invite the gloomy woman inside for dry and awkward small talk. Something about the way the two absently stare at each other. You wonder if they've made some sort of connection today. How cute! She's got friends. The decision being made, life continued. And it looks like she shifted from a pot to an enclosure a bit. Unless it was always like that. Oh! I guess this also tracks like where the days have gone. Yeah. Oh, it's saving for me. One day you awake slightly earlier than usual. In your somewhat somnambulant state, you hear an ethereal croon originating from your garden. When you go out, you spot it. A small fairy clad in pumpkin is sitting amongst your crops. Well, good thing I didn't name her Pumpkin, because otherwise that would have gotten real confusing. Offer a coin to the fairy to gain their favor. Build a small fairy garden in your daughter's room using supplies. Hatch the fairy to... No. No. Hunt the fairy to use as food? I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think so. I know she's hungry, but Okay, I'm between the garden and the coin. Maybe we'll build them a coin. We might die, though. Our stamina isn't great. As much as I want her to have a fairy garden, I feel it's going to cost stamina, so we'll give a coin, but if I could, I would build the garden. The fairy can barely lift the coin, but seems grateful as they sprinkle a small pile of fairy dust for you to collect. Oh, that's nice. And actually, let me check real quick. Here's the almanac. Mushipedia. Oh, cute. What the? I can't read any of this. Oh, what? Okay, so these are the endings. Number of living and fallen. What the? That's fucked. Total endings found 0-34. So I'm assuming one of them's for dead and one of them's for alive. Oh, and you can grow multiple. What the fuck is an LBM? We could overwrite the game color as well, and then there's orchestration. Okay. How do I get out of here to go back? This maybe? Okay. So that's... How do I feed you? I poked her. You're unsure how to use it, but feel personally better for having it all the same. Can I feed you? Disposition underdeveloped and feral. Oh god, okay. Quality's up. Oh, we have a mystic bond. You've developed some rapport with your creator, the Witch of the Woods. Mushroom has grown some extra limbs and is a bit more ambulatory than you'd expect. Okay. So the environment's good, so I guess I have to wait for the opportunity to feed her? Okay. I don't want to kill her on the first go. The decision being made, life continued. Please don't die. Huh? Something's happening. Gain trait child? Oh! Oh my god. Your daughter has changed in the night. This is horrifying. And it's saved. One morning you notice that your daughter is nowhere to be seen. After an hour of searching the nearby area, you find her sitting alone in a familiar clearing. To your surprise, the creature had now taken the form of a young girl. You feel relieved to confirm the witch hadn't betrayed you. So she's Ethan. She's Ethan Winters. At your approach, she turns and smiles at you, before continuing to thoughtfully stare into space. We need to feed her, like, badly. So we can sit with her in silence, buy her a nice gift to celebrate, tell her it's time to go home. Why the fuck would I do that? Why can't I feed her yet? I don't like this. I don't like that I can't feed her. Let's just sit with her. Because I have a feeling we'll need to save this money for something. You do wonder what your daughter is thinking about so intently, but decide not to disturb her. Taking a seat next to her, you appreciate the beauty of the forest, and spend time thinking lovingly of your daughter. After nearly an hour, she stands up and heads back home, seemingly finished with her introspection. And I think we bonded. Oh, no, the hearts... Wait, no, these don't fill up, I guess? Okay, I thought they would. Okay, because we're at 5 hearts now. Child? Despite her rocky introduction, your daughter is as civil as any human child now. And she still has that bond. She needs food, but her food isn't quite the same. Yeah, I'm trying to find where to get it. You see mushrooms before that have certain special... Okay, we read this already. Now she's personable and whimsical. Amazing. Okay. I hope I have the option to feed her soon. The decision being made, life continued. Oh, she is starving. Your daughter needs food too, and you've just run out. Great, can I get her some? You need to find something to feed to her soon, or she'll surely... Ugh. You need to find something to feed her soon, or she'll surely starve. You put 3 S's back to back. I'm gonna kill you. Spend the day gathering nutritious substrate. You can't No! We have the stamina for it, it's fine. We'll rest the next day. We'll grab the substrate for her. You spend the day foraging and digging in the woods and return with a heap of mushroom food for your hungry daughter. It's a little hard to be sure, but it seems like she's thankful for your efforts. Okay, that brings her up to 5. It's gonna kill our stamina, though. The decision being made, life continued. Oh, that didn't cost me stamina? Weird. Okay. That's nice of them. A flock of hungry birds have been harassing both your crops and your daughter recently. In fact, they've become quite the nuisance. Purchase some poison and forcibly evict the foul sky rats! What? Use some food to feed the birds with your daughter. We don't have a lot of food, though. Ignore the birds! I feel like the birds are gonna take her, though. Fetch your bow and hunt the birds. I mean, we have the stamina for it. I kind of want to hunt the birds. It kind of, like, eats into my wood elf, because the other option is depleting my daughter's food, and we already kind of have a little, so... We're going hunting! You retrieve your bow and are lucky to leave with not 1, but 2 birds from the flock. Sorry, nature, I gotta feed my kid. They shouldn't show up again for a while, 'cause you murdered 2 of them! You and your daughter may rest. Okay, good, because I'm fucking exhausted. This child's first word would be fuck. Nothing more could be done to the birds. The matter was laid to rest. So I'm assuming we're going to summer now. An end. What? One night you find yourself struggling to sleep. Your mind wanders as you consider your current place in life. You've lived peacefully with your daughter for many moons. Initially it was strange. Well, it never stopped being strange. But you were always thankful for the company. Besides, the affection you felt for her was like any parent would feel toward their child. That was normal, at least. Your thoughts turn to a concept of time, particularly how you were once alone, and how you were afraid that you will be again someday. Your daughter has had more and more curiosities about the outside world. It's only a matter of time before she wants to strike her own path. You hope you will be fulfilled now. You hope you've done enough. Ultimately, you find comfort in what you've done. You may have had many failures in your life. There's one thing you know you can die proud of. I'm dying? I gained slime form, delicate hue, mimicry. Why are we pink now? And a new beginning. Oh, we're playing from the mushroom's point of view now? Telling the recluse that you wanted to see more of the world wasn't an easy conversation. You're not gonna call me mom, you're just gonna call me the recluse? I mean, that is gender neutral, but like... Parent? Okay. As they grew older, you worried about leaving them on their own. Thankfully, your concerns were unwarranted. They were happy that you'd grown enough to want to move out. They even offered to help you build your own home close to theirs. You were welcome to visit any time, obviously. Faster than you would have anticipated, the 2 of you built your home together. They showed you all of the tricks they knew and made sure to impart as much knowledge as they possibly could. Finally, the day arrived. You were officially on your own. You were scared, a little, but also excited. It felt like a new chapter was just beginning for you. We gained loving parent trait. Aww. Common rosy wax cap. Cute. Oh, so she just completely changed her species. Chapter 3, a girl on her own. Aww. Oh, what? Oh god. Okay, now we're in summer. This is very bright pink for me. Dampness. What are the... Oh god, you got needier. Okay. There's a humanity stat? What? Okay. Dampness, mycelium, robustness, potency. Let's figure out what the fuck these means. Also, summer apparently only has 3 days, which must mean it's a Canadian summer. Oh. Yeah, this is more involved. So she is a common rosy wax cap, which is... I wouldn't have named you Cinna if I didn't know you were going to turn into a not pumpkin. So she's got a slime form. Your body is made of something slick and Ew. Oh, she's just slimy. I thought that was like an alt form she could take. So your body is made of something slick and magical. You can feel it to your core. And a delicate hue. People are more likely to love you. Aw. Mimicry. You're extremely prone to suggestion. What? Something essential to yourself has been irrevocably changed. Oh, so I guess she's more suggestible now. And she's stellar. You're a little more gifted than most. Oh, cool. Okay, and what the fuck do these mean? Dampness is increased by a good soak or by a melancholic moment. Oh, so cry. This stat indicates how wet and slimy her body is, but also the murkiness of a soul. Okay, so we don't want this too high then, probably. And the mycelium is increased by the right nutrients or by things that nourish the soul. The stat is associated with how generally healthy she is, and yet it could also be a persistent optimism. So if we want our happy, mycelium's the trait. And we have robustness, increased by the ideal growing conditions or by a loving presence. So if she got a partner, maybe. This stat is associated with her physical strength, but it could also be a strength of character. Her potency is increased by a titillating meal, or by titillating danger. This stat is tied to the strength of her mushroom type, or her ability to perform in stressful situations. Oh, so she's not very strong. Okay. And then humanity, what the fuck is that? Increased by thorough socialization, or by doing the right thing. This stat is how good of a person she is, literally and metaphorically. Okay, so these aren't necessarily needs, I guess. It's just more so keeping her happy, and then seeing where she develops from there. Ooh. What's nope? Don't like an event? Use one of these cards and you can be on your way back home in no time. Oh, so we can leave. Cards represent the choices you have to make in life. Though you won't be able to use special cards in every event, they will automatically be dealt to you in appropriate situations. Be careful, most card types are limited. When they're out, unless you can find a way to gain more. Okay, so we have one nope card. Oh, she has some monies. Everything in this world comes for a price. You got 3 coins. Use these to purchase goods or otherwise improve your circumstances. Tokens represent expendable resources. You can stack these on the corners of some specific cards to bend the odds in your favor. Use them wisely. Or not. Okay. About me, young adult. You've grown into a young woman unexpectedly. Her reputation is relative obscurity, so nothing new, I guess. Aw. And then we have some relationships as well. And then you have so she has a relationship with her creator, I guess. The recluse will always live in your heart, and for the time being, next door. Okay, so she loves us as her parent, but she also knows the witch. Okay. Interesting. I guess we'll see where we go from here. I'm gonna save on another file real quick, just because, like, we're in a newish area. Aww! It says what point of view you're in. That's adorable. Okay, I gotta remember not to quit. It's real tempting. The sun is low in the sky, casting a beautiful warm tint across everything that you saw. Today is a particularly beautiful sight. Blossoming fruit trees and the wind blowing through grass. Your eyes feel heavy, and suddenly you find yourself falling into a deep sleep. In your dreams, you're sitting on a tree branch. There's a flute playing from somewhere. Then suddenly the flute is next to you. Attached to it is the vague shape of a woman. I haven't seen you around here before. Welcome. Wherever you go to look at her, or whenever you go to look at her, it feels like she shifts. You can't quite describe her. You probably won't remember me when you wake up, but it's nice to meet you. After sitting in silence for a second, she starts playing again. Try to memorize this place. Fly? Why are you flying? Aw, sing along. Where do you go when I'm awake? That's existential of you, but I kind of want to ask. Where do you go when I'm awake? Oh, here and there, really. There's usually someone asleep somewhere, so I have no shortage of options. I must admit, I've not met many people like you. Perhaps I'll return someday, if you'll have me. Before you have a chance to reply, your eyes are opening. It's dark out. You should be getting home. Oh, I made myself sad. But also increased my mycelium? I'm surprised that didn't increase my humanity. Okay, and it's saving. While tending to your home, you begin to feel an otherworldly pull towards the forest. You can't resist, and moments later you find yourself surrounded by trees and standing in front of a mushroom-covered hut. Deep within, you know the witch that made you resides here. Enter the hut cautiously and treat her as a stranger, but we know her, though. Force yourself to turn tail around and quickly head home. But no, you know her. Enter the hut with the hope of learning some magic. Yeah, I made sure you guys were introduced before, like... Get your butt in there, Cinna. You enter the hut and bow respectfully, addressing the witch as you would an apprentice to a master. She accepts your want for knowledge and begins tutoring you. Time moves strangely in these woods, and you are unsure how long you read scrolls and practice channeling. Ooh. Hey, hold on. Look. Humanity. That is 69. Nice. By the time you leave, though, you find you've gained slight control over your magical potential. Amazing. Gain trait Witchling. Ooh. While walking down a heavily wooded path, you notice a disheveled woman slumped mournfully against the base of a tree. She bears numerous scratches and light wounds, as well as peculiarly coal-black lips. Her clothes are torn and dirty, but despite this, you can tell they were once quite expensive. Curiosity piqued, you approach the woman, asking if she needs help with something. The woman grimaces, shaking her head. Nothing can be done for me. I have been sentenced to death. As she speaks, you notice her tongue is stained, as if she'd been licking ink. What the fuck? You can't help but feel intrigued, so you insist. What does she mean? A few weeks ago, I was walking through these woods when I witnessed the most beautiful woman I had ever known, picking flowers alone. Gay! Anyway, I am ashamed to say I was so taken by her stunning looks that I followed the woman, aiming to at least ask her name. I discovered far too late, however, that it was no woman, but the Witch of the Woods herself. Your eyes widen. Few humans would even speak of the witch. To follow her into the forest is regarded as, well, a death sentence. I know not if it was a punishment or fulfillment of my unspoken request, but upon my approach she twisted around and met me with a terrifyingly intense kiss. I knew it! Gay! When I came around again, I bore a terrible curse. So this is doomed Yuri, got it. She visibly trembles, pulling at the tattered ends of her elegant dress. Solid cobbles seem to shift under my feet, and steady tools writhe like snakes in my grasp, conspiring to be dropped. I've been doomed to fail at all things. I've lost my work, my coin, and cannot even prepare food or forage without injuring myself. It has reached the point where I could do nothing but sit here and wait. She trails off, pursing her blackened lips. Again, the doomed lady falls against the tree. Staring blankly, it's apparent that she has utterly lost her will to go on. A cursed kiss from the Witch of the Woods? How unexpected. Ask her to give the curse to you with a kiss. That doesn't seem too smart. Decline to interfere in the witch's business. Nope. Tell her to pursue a romance with a witch. I mean, she did say she was hot on sight. Might want to play a little matchmaker. We are a pink mushroom. Even though I set them up to be like a more spiced one. But, Attempt to dispel the curse. We just learned magic. I don't think so. Go for it. You go, girl. She already kissed you once. The lady is clearly missing the most important part here. The witch is totally into her. You tell her that the curse is a mark of affection. Why am I rolling dice? 10. Pass. Okay, great. We're doing D&D now. You tell her that the curse is a mark of affection. A black rose bequeathed to our beloved. Are we lying? I don't think we're lying. The ways in which witches court is beyond our understanding, and might even seem painful at times. She considers for a moment, her face reddening. You really think she loves me that much? Didn't say that, but sure. You nod enthusiastically. Who is more qualified to make guesses at the witch's intentions than you? We may be killing this lady. With renewed resolve, the woman gathers the last of her things and departs into the woods. As she disappears between the trees, clutching a bright red rose in her hands, she resembles a sacrifice being made to the woods. Oops. You know what? It's fine, maybe. You do hope the witch treats her kindly after all. Those seem dangerous. I'm going to take a sip of coffee because I need to hydrate a little. Okay, I guess no more on that. Oh. My mycelium went up by 10. And I think my potency went up too? I can't tell. You feel a crisp breeze. The heat is relenting. Trees are changing in color. Fall has arrived. Oh, your namesake. You're not fall at all. And we're saving in autumn. While wandering the woods near your home, you suddenly hear something rustling in the foliage ahead of you. Pet? Pet time? Can I pet that dog? Before you can react, a large boar. Okay. A large boar bursts from the brush and locks eyes with you. You sense an intense, flaming aura of determination emanate off this wild hog. It's just a pig, right? Face it, head on. What? Resort to magic. I don't know how well we cast. You're sure you came prepared for this? Run for your life! Where's the option to make friends? Where do I make friends? This is like a funeral. We're not doing magic. Sure, let's see what's inside your little bullshit bag. After a moment of panic, not gonna be great. After a moment of panic, you realize you haven't brought a single thing with you that could help. Oh, we're dead. As you desperately try to find something that is not there, the pig catches you off guard with its hard skull directly in your gut. Ow. It bites down hard on your foot, tearing it off with no effort at all. Jesus! I just wanted a cozy game, what the hell? Adding insult to injury, the pig actually spits your foot out at your feet. At least eat it, jerk. I think our robustness just went down. The uncultured swine casually saunters back into the woods, surely off to have a lovely evening. Man. You, meanwhile, have to hobble back to your home and rest until your foot regenerates. Ugh. Okay. So, we regenerate anyway. So that's not horrible. Walking around the village one day, you overhear a gaggle of fun-sized humans. Fun-sized? Giggling the time away. You gradually sneak up on them and get close. Why are you sneaking? Remarkably close. Why? They don't really seem to care that you're there. Hey, wait, are they ignoring you on purpose? The nerve of some fleshies. Fleshies. At least you can listen in to whatever seems to be so engrossing. How much? one of the children exclaims, her jaw dropped in sheer awe of another kid, whose chest is proudly puffed out. With a grin, the child reiterates, "Enough to buy 3 bags of candy!" "No fair," another child cries out. "When I lost mine, all she brought me was enough for a hoop and a stick." The other kids looked at the child with pity. Hoop and stick was so last season. "Well, anyway," the boastful kid continued, "I have another one loose, so I can expect even more candy here soon." "What are you talking about?" "That's not fair. I want to lose a tooth. You're younger than me. What gives?" "It's probably because of all that candy," one of the kids said, getting met with only a shrug from the proud child as he snacked on his treats. "Whatever, I'm gonna go home and pull my tooth out myself, and when you see me next, I'll have 4 bags of candy." The girl stormed off, determined to come into some coin of her own. Those children's voices were all over the place, but there were really no indicators. And I thought that they would be voice acting for me. But I guess not. Which is odd when you think about it. Do these kids get money for their teeth? Do they sell their other parts? Funnily enough, Cinna, yes, but only when they're much older. It's called an organ donor. You wonder briefly about the value of a kidney when you hear one of the gremlins shout, "Be sure to put it under your pillow!" Aha, you realize. There's a caveat. One must need a tooth and then store it under their pillow. And then, am I gonna fucking punch children to get their teeth to get money? Money? Last time you checked, what you'd consider your teeth grow back after some time. This could prove to be a lucrative venture. Are you doing what I think you're gonna do? At length, you arrive home and find yourself less certain about this than you were in the village. It's not like the fun-sized humans are known for their honesty. You pause a moment and think. One tooth won't kill you, go for it. Or decide against it. I mean, we grow them back anyway. Sure, why not? Not wanting to put any more time in attempting to convince yourself otherwise, you reach up into your mouth and grab hold of what passes in your body as a tooth. Slowly, steadily, pressure builds as you pull, and then... Schnoop! A tooth broke off easily, like a bar of chocolate. But, oh, mycelium, so much worse. Regardless, you are now in the possession of a detached tooth and are eager to see what comes with resting it under your pillow. I have lost a lot of robustness for that. We are very squishy. You snap awake in the middle of the night, your first thought being of what lays beneath your pillow. But when you check, you find nothing. Not even your tooth remains. So you're awake then, eh? A small voice chimes from the center of your room. Bitch. Glancing over, you spot an ill-tempered fairy and their few companions. Did you bring a fucking fairy gang to beat me up? What? See, here's the thing. You's put a tooth under the pillow, I'll find him fair. Till that tooth turns out tain't be a tooth. It's all I have. The group of fae all stare you down. You suspect it's for the best to remain still and listen to the big palooka up front. Now, I'm a reasonable guy. I clock in, I clock out, and I didn't want no trouble no how. But the issue here said that boss lady ain't too keen on these types of shenanigans. Now, I can see you're just an innocent mush lady. That's my name now. That's my title. You will now address me as Mush Lady. So this ordeal can be overlooked this time. Unfortunately, we ain't able to give back the tooth of yours. Company practice, capiche? That's okay, they grow back. Or keep it, pretty sure that one was rotten anyway. Listen, you've already pissed off the fae, you don't want to make it worse. It's fine, they regenerate, we're cool. Well, yes, that's how teeth work. At least once. You got your baby teeth and your adult teeth. Okay, yeah, but I'm pretty sure Cinna's teeth are just gonna grow forever. Humans only get one set. Each. No. They just grow back. What? The fairy appears incredulous, and his companions volley fascinated whispers between themselves.
It hungers for blood, craving eternal darkness.
Ah.
The time to repent is over. I will take up arms again. Stay out of the shadows and show them true darkness.
Indeed. That is Latin, that first sentence. I'm assuming that's more for honor. You saying you got a replenishable supply? You shrug. Essentially, you do. It's not particularly pleasant to lose teeth, but it is technically doable. Oh no, am I gonna get exploited? The fairies all pause for a moment, the gears noticeably turning in their minds. Hey, no. Hey, so, sorry for any unpleasantries earlier. Boss lady just really wanted the message clear, you know? But, she did also have a, The fairy glanced at his companions, with each in turn offering blank stares. Right, she's got a particular taste, it would seem. What did you just say? You know, shaved over some food, it's like a nice mushroom powder. Excuse me? And you know, if you've got a seemingly infinite supply, Bitch. The fairy begins fidgeting on his person, and his companions all seem suddenly much more intrigued by your abilities. Here, take this. The fairy pulls an adorably small business card from his pocket, handing it over. You look it over. There are words on the front, and on the back it seems. Is that a number? You're pretty sure that's a number. Though if it is, it's really long. Wow. The fairy in charge catches your confusion, and upon realizing the situation, procures a different card. What? This one simply has a crude picture of someone kicking multiple mushrooms arranged in a circle. What? Give us a ring sometime, yeah? The main fairy says. Looking back at the artwork, you can't help but feel like it's a hate crime. Oh good. I gotta deal with fucking racism here too, thanks. But upon looking back up, you realize the fairies have vanished without a trace. Yes, the pink is very nice. And yes, apparently racism. Only the lingering smell of bad aftershave. What? And latent face stink. Hey. As half fae, shut up. Remains. Unsatisfied with the lack of reward under your pillow, and annoyed by the usual fairy shenanigans. Right, you basically grew up around that shit. But it doesn't look like you've lost anything. You attempt to go back to sleep. Maybe you'll check out that Tooth Fairy's deal someday. No! We will not be exploiting our kid. Until then, however, it's the middle of the night and sleep beckons. Gain trait, Fae business card. That's not a trait, that is an inventory item. Okay, I'm gonna save here real quick. Right over Cinna's spot right here. Cause I got pee. So I will be right back. Let me see if I can hit these buttons properly. Okay. Ad's going anyway, so I will be back. Alright, y'all should be out of Ad Baby jail. I'm gonna hope. I've heckin' returned. Alright. Well, last we left off, they were trying to use this as fucking culinary exploits. So that's great. While sitting outside near your garden and taking in the fresh air, you hear the caw of a crow. Then another, and another. You look up to find a rather large group of sleek black birds perched in the trees above you. Uh-oh. Do they remember? Do they know? A few are eyeing your garden, while others are just birding around, as birds are wont to do. Feed the crows some spare scraps. Scare 'em off. Nah. Just watch 'em for a bit. Let's feed 'em. Just so, like, you know, we need as many allies as we can get, especially since the fairies want to scalp us. Alright, you have some scraps. I don't like that we're rolling these things. Why is there dice now? You head to your kitchen, scrounging up some nuts and bits of old bread before returning to the murder outside. Ah, I see what you did there. We're screwed, though, because, we rolled a 2. After generously tossing the food to the ground, you stand around waiting for the crows to come and eat. It seems that none of the boots are willing to trust the food, and eventually the murder just up and flies away. No consequences, question mark? Oh, my potency went up? Or down? I can't tell. I think it went up. You stand around for a while in disappointment, trying to decide if you want to take the uneaten food back or not. A chilling breeze greets you one morning, heralding the approach of winter. With the end of the year approaching, you find yourselves considering your aspirations. You want to accomplish something significant, you decide. Something you'll remember. Take on a dangerous quest. Ah! No, your robustness is way too low. Oh shit! I didn't want to click that! Okay, I guess we're doing it. We're gonna die. In your travels, you've been told of some particularly challenging quests, possible tests of your merit. Out of the potential opportunities for glory you've heard, you decide to... Okay, what's the safest option here? Slay a terrible beast. Actually, don't do a quest. We're gonna go with that. Cause her robustness is 20. She will die. You decide you'd rather not embark on some quest after all. It could be dangerous. You want to accomplish something significant, something you'll remember. Okay, so we can change it, that's nice. Attend a charming evening at the gala. Pursue a great aspiration. Decide not to pursue anything. You want to remember something, and I think this might be better. Because this one feels like the easy safe option, but I don't think like she wants easy or safe. So we're going to pursue a great aspiration. What that is, I have no idea. There is something that you wanted to accomplish, actually. You need some great achievement to end the year on a high point. Take the Tooth... No. No. Not the Tooth Syndicate. Actually, never mind. Are you kidding me? That's the... No, I refuse. Alright, fine, we're going to the gala. Screw that. I'm trying to keep this girl alive. We're going to a charming evening at the gala. Recently, you've garnered enough potential in this area to be invited to a high-class event. This could be an opportunity to celebrate the year, or invite someone you wish to grow closer with. We can invite a friend. Invite the girl of your dreams. Hey, yo, you have a crush? Maybe. Invite the person who raised you. No, she's leaving the nest for a reason. I'm good. Actually, no, we're going. Invite the girl of your dreams. This is too safe, and also, like, she wanted to do something big, so go get your girl. I didn't know you had a girl, but go get her. You consider a strange dream you once had. A woman was there, you think. Oh, right. We had a literal dream girl. Okay, that checks out. For some reason, you set your mind on finding her. There's no one else you'd rather attend with anyways. The gala is until the end of the year. You'll have plenty of time to prepare yourself. What, to, like, survive it? Okay. Having taken a leisurely stroll one day, you set upon a humble shack nestled among dense brush across the nearby river. Speaking of rivers, Are you gonna go get your shot now? You're gonna get stabbed. It's stab time. Be good. Don't be a little shit. Alright, she's going to her little vet appointment to get her poke.
Hi, baby.
Bye.
I love you.
But this poke is what she needs to live. Alright, and from the hovel bounds a symphony of music reverberating off of the trees. Oh, we're officially in winter now, okay. With curiosity grabbing hold, you saunter off the beaten path, making your way to the water's edge. To your surprise, a ramshackle bridge extends across the water, and before you know it, you're face to face with the shack's rotting door. So we can either knock or nope out. Now we're knocking, we came this far. You wrap your knuckles on the door. After a moment, a slight shuffling can be heard from inside. At length, the door opens and you are greeted to the bewildered expression of a rather strange-looking crone. The figure is tall and looming, hunched over with a head still a solid foot above your own. A hood veils their eyes, and where it exposes the skin, there travels only matted whiskers long since grayed. You notice their skin as the crone raises a hand in greeting, gnarled and dark like the knot of a tree. And as they speak, hoarsely churning out a polite hello, you catch the subtlest torrent of voices intermingled from within. Like an amalgam of souls. What the fuck? Okay. It has been a long while since a visitor graced my doorstep. Would you like to come inside? Sure, you've been drawn by the music, no? Also, I don't know what Neve's doing down there, or back there, but I'm sorry if you can hear it. I thought you were digging around in the freezer. I would take a sip break then while she's doing that. Here we go. Wait, so is this our dream girl? Is this it? You can't say no. You really are captivated by the music. Without delay, you take the crone up on their offer and enter their home. They seem nice enough, and you get the feeling that all the apprehension built up before has melted away. Plus, the interior smells like fresh jasmine. What better way to distress? The crone shows you the source of the music, a strange box at the far end of the room. As they're showing off the piece, the music stops, and the crone hits a small switch, shutting down the mechanisms. This here is a phonograph, used for playing music off these cylinders. The crone fiddles with the machine, taking off a black wax cylinder. I'm so record player. This one is part of a suite, the finale. The crone hangs their head low. Unfortunately, the rest of the suite is lost to me. The crone pauses for a moment, looks you up and down and says, "Ah, but you have a draw to the music, eh?" It's hard to tell, but you believe a smile to have cracked somewhere beyond the mask of whiskers. If that's the case, you seem able enough. I tell you what, if you're able to collect the other 9 parts of the suite, I'll give you the finale as a gift. One cannot enjoy a suite without the full collection. You shrug. The offer seems straightforward enough. Without reluctance, you accept, much to the crone's satisfaction. So really like mother like daughter here, we're collecting shit again. Then, I would ask to read you a story. One that might help glean the location of another cylinder. Would you be interested? It is, however, quite the long story, should you wish to do other things. I got time. Let's listen to it. Ah, yes. The crone stoops in place across from you, resting on what you assume to be their haunches. As they open the book, you feel enraptured, engrossed, enthralled. Before you know it, the words blend into a dappling synesthesia that seemingly spirits you away to the land of the story. Clever. That was clever. As with many, this tale began in tragedy. An errant child, the kid. What? We have an inventory now? What is this? There's a map? What is this game? Hold on. Oh, we got nothing. We got jack shit. And there's a time. I'm concerned. An errant child, the kid, was exiled from town, branded with heresy and derision. She bore no sin but that of her birth, specifically the eyes. Smoldering pools of ceaseless violet. What do you have against purple eyes? Hey. Hey. I didn't realize I'd be discriminated against so heavily. First the shrooms, now my literal eyeballs. They were the same eyes as the Violet Witch, a malefactor who had been terrorizing the area for years. And as such, the kid was left with only a lone heart to look out for, a similar soul, lonesome and lorn in the depths of the woods. Is this not the story? Wait, hold on. This is kind of shaping up to be the story of us. Like Cinna and the witch and I. But she was raised good and raised well, and while she never truly needed the approval of others, it was still wished to be more accepted. To be seen as less of an outsider. She did, at the very least, have a modicum of peace in her parents' home. But peace was ill-becoming of the time, and ever fleeting. Despite the love and care bestowed upon her by her guardian, she could not stay. Fire came in the night. At first it was deemed an accident, happenstance, but the attacks became emboldened, frequent, turning from one or two into small mobs, each time led by a sightless man, as if to taunt. As long as the Violet Witch roamed the land, the kid would know no sanctuary. She could only bring pain to those who would offer her comfort. And so, after a heated argument with her guardian, she forced herself to leave, lest they be caught up in the madness. The kid set off without preparation, carrying with her only a smolder of conviction. Nevertheless, she was savvy, complete with a few well-honed skills needed for survival. It wasn't long before she was well away from home, out beyond the threshold where the familiar woods fell away to shadowy hinterlands. Though according to the rumors of the Violet Witch, her manse would be less than a day's travel southwest. And as it were, there were 3 ways to go about heading there. The Galder's Highway, which the kid had been taking, dilapidated as it was, the old-growth forest, as unwelcoming as it seemed, or the gentle riverbank. Well, it said she was traveling with conviction. I kind of want to go through the old growth. Oh, 9 o'clock now. The endless canopy snuffed out any remaining light that was left to be found in the night's steady embrace. In spots, the trees grew up in rows, as though meticulously planted. Other areas, the trees sprouted with wild abandon, cropping out wherever they pleased. Every time I hear Cinna, I think of the streamer. There's a streamer named Cinna? See, my brain goes to like Cinnamon and Hunger Games. Also, I should disclose, I might not see chats right away because I do have to full screen this, otherwise it captures the resolution weird, so I might get to messages after. Just a heads up. But regardless, all trees towered as megaliths, altars to a forgotten time. The kid made her way through the harrowing woods, and as she saw the light of the manse appear just beyond, a glint caught her eye. There, buried in the trunk of a moss-covered tree, a knife stuck out. And from where its blade cut into the bark, opalescent buds sprung forth. Well, that's pretty. The kid, needing supplies, wrenched the blade from its resting place and hooked it firmly about her waist. Oh, so the child has a knife now. Gain trait, budding. It's not a trait! It's an inventory item! Look at it! A nondescript weathered crease. Oh. Glittering buds grow from the hilt. Pretty knife. With just a few more steps, the woods were behind her, and the kid could enter the manse. Though she thought for a moment, there was still enough twilight to search around nearby. Of course, it may not be worth it. Search the highway, search the river, continue to the manse. Let's search the river. Takes us to 9:30 apparently. Doubling back for a bit, the kid decided to check out the river. It was a pleasant walk traversing the bank, and they even found a small piece of jewelry in the silt. We've gotten discarded fae. A talisman depicting a ring of 3 fairies. One holds a candlestick, another plays from a fife, and the third peers with gilded eyes. Oh, cool! Upon further inspection, however, it appeared to be a talisman, made in the likeness of a circle of fairies. Pleased with her find, the kid returned to the manse and found its front door to be unlocked. Feeling her stomach sink, the kid steeled her nerves and pushed onward. The Violet Witch's manse was regal though disheveled. It didn't appear as though anyone had been home for some time, even if there was a distinct lack of dust on the surfaces. Very little furniture decorated the vaulted foyer. Exits on either side led to the library and the dining hall, while a spiraling staircase led to a darkness overhead. Examine or travel? Maybe examine first? Welcome sign, potted plant, grandfather clock, chandelier, suspicious corner, and never mind. Thanks for grabbing your shroom, D. Welcome on in. We're doing a mushroom visual novel recommended by Wheeze. It's been really fun so far. I hope day's going well. We're gonna look at the suspicious corner. The rest of the shit seems bland. A portrait of the lady of the house hung menacingly in the corner of the room. Taller and wider than a full-grown adult, her eyes pierced in the kid's soul. Thanks for grabbing your shroom, Crampy. Welcome on in. Yes, a novel of my people. You can all thank probably Louise for this. I've been loving it so far. It's been fun. Okay, I should disclose. I'm only playing the demo right now. Yeah. This is a lot of content for just a demo. I'm just gonna say that now. But I have a healthy child. She's been great. So, probably a shroom. Probably Louise, nah, probably a shroom. Just rebrand her immediately. Why the fuck? What are these options? Some of these are just unhinged. So we can either cut up the painting or do nothing. Why the fuck? Oh yeah, let me just walk into a stranger's house and immediately vandalize it. Especially, I don't know, a fucking powerful witch. We're not doing shit. Okay. No, I want to travel. I don't want to spend too much time looking around. We can go to the library, go to the dining hall, go upstairs. Well, upstairs was the ominous place of death, so let's go there. Mushroom Repo, but with a lot less control, I feel like. We're gonna go upstairs. The kid found themselves in a, might I say, dramatically lit hallway. We're talking candelabras, stained glass, the works. The hallway only led two ways, downstairs back to the foyer, and into the manse's bedroom at the opposite end. I can look at stuff? We can look at the portrait, or never mind. We'll look at the portrait. The kids studied the portrait in the hallway. It was of a familiar-looking woman, caught frozen in an expression of surprise, as though she had not expected acknowledgement. Okay. To the bedroom, because we've already broken in it anyways. The door appeared to be locked. Okay, fine, fuck me, I guess. To the foyer. Okay, let's go to the library then. I love a good library. A vibrant carpet and luscious scarlet drapes helped to pull together a warm, rich environment with a hardwood library. The room stretched up far above, concealing into darkness just beyond a mezzanine. Okay. Table and chair, bookshelf, heavy curtains. Why are those the symbols? Mezzanine. We'll start with the mezzanine. Far above, though before the shadows restricted her vision, the kid could spy a mezzanine. The library had a very clear second floor that was inaccessible from the first. A lot of good that helped me. We're in a library, might as well— oh, never mind. I clicked wrong. We'll look at the table and chair then. A comfortable table and chair duo tucked in the corner of the library. Mostly cast in shadow, it was hard for the kid to discern anything of note. Okay, well we're in a library, so we might as well look at a bookshelf. Along the majority of the library's wall ran a magnificent bookcase. As it were, several books stood out notably to the kid. First book, second book, third book, fourth book. You're not gonna tell me what they look like? I mean, you're giving me some funky symbols. Lightning mushroom, go. The fourth book the kid set aside was something called the— what? Apotheoquatus. Sure, a dense, deceptively heavy, and ornately designed tome. Flipping it to a random page, the kid found a rough sketching of 3 swords. A platinum sword made to bend to the user's will, a silver sword made to reflect the user's will, and a golden sword made to judge the user's will. We have a sword that's literally just a judgy bastard. That's so funny to me. Apparently, the golden sword was considered to be all but lost to the world. Probably because they threw it off the edge of the cliff because it was so damn judgy. And yet, studying the image, the kid couldn't help but feel as though the blade was closer than one would think, though putting too much thought into it began to drive her nauseous, and she eschewed the matter from her mind. Okay. Fine then. Other mushroom image. The legends say that the first book the kid had set aside was a political satire on the salacious rumors of some ancient kingdom's arrogant new king and his new, less than visible attire. Oh, that's the Emperor's new clothes. Cool. Oh, that was it? Okay. I guess we'll read all of them. We'll read the second one. The second book the kid set aside chronicled an ancient ritual where an icy queen untethered herself in a moment of desperation, falling into an endless slumber. Allegedly, the queen's frigid embrace can be felt on the wind atop the tallest mountain, where the one who loved her most still stands guard. That's cute, but also reminds me of Doctor Who, Amy and Rory. Okay, guess the last one's the third one. The third book the kid set aside ended up being a cookbook of all things. The legends note one recipe in particular that had caught her eye. Mashed mushroom mustard. I mean, I guess we're human here, so it wouldn't affect us as much, but damn. Supposedly quite savory. Okay. I guess we'll shove them back in. What else can we look at in here? Who's hiding behind curtain number fun? Blood-red curtains hung from on high, obscuring a gigantic window. I got a curtain cape? The kid taking their knife. What? The kid taking their knife slashed out a piece of fabric, fashioning it into a cape. Legends say she looked quite stylish. I said look at it. It's an examine, not fucking vandalism. Hold on, this should be in our inventory now. Yup. A cape fashioned out of the library's draperies. Absolutely fashionable and durable. What the fuck? Look at it? Nah, I'm gonna cut it up. What the hell, man? You're crazy. Oh god, I'm afraid to examine anything else. Well, we can't anyway, we did everything. Okay, back to the foyer, I guess. Is the witch gonna come in at all? I guess we could go to the dining hall, because I think that's the only room we haven't been to yet. Dinner time! The heavy chime of the grandfather clock declared, "The time is 10 o'clock." The dining hall was modest and cozy, though elaborate enough to default it as a place of sophisticated living, unlike my diction. Oh, it's 10 o'clock now, apparently. So I'm assuming traveling around and examining things is making time pass. Tall windows line the wall, looking out into an inky night, offering views for every seat along the extended table traveling the length of the room. On the wall, a portrait of a woman sat crooked, and around the corner, a hearth sat blazing beneath the bust of a stuffed boar. I keep smiling at boar references. Neve might kill me for saying this, but let's just say she and a friend of hers had a hyperfixation on boars as a child, so that's why you'll see me giggling every time a boar is mentioned. She's gonna kill me if she finds out, but it's fine. Everything's fine. If I die, you know why. In the shadowy corner, a door led surreptitiously. You know what? It's good practice. I'm literally recording an audiobook next month, so I could use all the reading practice I can get. Well, out loud. I mean, I do get it with my horror channel, but you know what I mean. I'm trying to be better about being word perfect. Behavior actually buckled down and took down a very notable leaker, because they leaked the character for the next chapter. Looked faked, but if Behavior got on it, that must have been real. All I say, the character did seem like our part of Asia. Ooh, so Southeast Asian? Man, I was planning for my next prestige to be Arella, but if it's a Southeast Asian girl, I might have to go that route. Get some rep in here. Sriracha Lee. Yeah, that's what I'll do. That's what I'll do in the booth. That'll go great. That's good on behavior though, but I guess it's a double-edged sword because they sort of confirmed it. But okay, I'm excited now. But still, like, my point still stands. Fix your shit. Oh, okay, it's saved now. I wonder why. What can we examine here? There's another... God, this place loves portraits. So there's a portrait, there's a hearth, there's a boar bust, kitchen table, and never mind. We gotta go with a boar bust for our wife. The taxidermied bust of a massive black bristled boar hung on the wall of the dining room. Speaking of taxidermy, I think I want to in person get my hands on. So I'm breaking like off on a tangent for a second because it just reminded me. So way back when I was a bit smaller in age, I've always been small. But back when I lived in California, I went to a fair and I picked up a blue bottle butterfly taxidermied specimen for like $25. I'd had it since forever at that point. Like, I kept it by my side because it reminded me of Corpse Bride, and I love that movie like a lot. Cut to me moving out of Connecticut to Canada to be with Neve, and it didn't survive transit. One of the wings is broken because it's very delicate. I should have just held it in my hands on the plane. That would have been the safest option. But I've been sad about it ever since. So I think if I ever like say go to a con, or I'm kind of banking on a Ren Fair now because the pictures Chu sent in Bingy upset me gravely because I'm just like, that's my shit. I would get so much shit. They had taxidermied specimens. They had cursed creatures that I loved. They had a little Baphomet plushie. Like, I gotta take out a mortgage before I go to one of those, but what I've been wanting, specifically, is either another blue bottle butterfly or just a taxidermied blue butterfly specimen for Corpse Bride. So, that's a little Malwar. That's your drop for the day. Anyway, back to reading. I feel like I've made a very lurker-friendly stream today, because you could just, like, throw it on while I read you stories. It's nice. I like it. It's a bit more chill today. I think I needed this break. Anyway, back to the taxidermied boar. I remember it was a girl, if I recall. Let's hope one of us gets her rep. Pray either Filipino or... I'm just gonna say Cambodia, because I know for a fact I don't want to butcher that. Maybe realistically Indonesia or Thai, and I feel that especially if you held it for that long, it holds value. Yeah. That specimen was very special to me. But yeah, I'm hoping for rep, but like, me being represented is not going to distract from the fact that DBD still has a very prevalent problem, because all the representation in the world doesn't matter if the game is unplayable. You know what I mean? Like, you could throw everything in there. Just go down the list and put everybody from everywhere. But if you can't play the game, if you're getting DDoSed every lobby, it doesn't fucking matter. So, that's where I stand. Oh, not the Negan shirt. I feel that. I feel that fucking hard. If I lost, my signed little Alcina squishy from Maggie, I'd be so sad. Or my print, that Nikki signed. She's a remake Jill's voice actress. I'd be so sad. Yes, Bingy Ren Fair excursion. Let's go. As soon as I can leave the country, like legitimately, let's find a Ren Fair. Like probably in whatever like would be a good halfway point. Let's all go to Ren Fair. Let's go. All right, now back to the boar. I'll just start over the sentence. I don't want to start mid-dialogue or paragraph. The taxidermied bust of a massive black bristled boar hung on the wall of the dining room. Its tusks looked ferocious enough to pierce steel plates, if not something stronger. I swear to God, if the kid just takes out the knife, it's just like, shank, new weapon. Gonna lose my shit. Oh, never fucking mind then. Okay. Let's go... Okay, let's go back in order. I just wanted to look at the boar bust really bad. Let's look at yet another portrait. A tender portrait of a veiled woman cradling a silent, staring baby hung crooked on the wall. Is this Donna's house? Because that's what's giving. The kid felt unnerved. The babe had her eyes.
Mother? Mother? Are you my mother?
Alright, that's traumatized some of you. You're welcome. Ah, no.
Give me...
No. Give. You. Hearth. A roaring fire heated the room efficiently, though beyond the flames there appeared to be a key. Can I douse it? Or do I need to find a Oh, you know what? I might need to find a watering bucket or something. Oh, my exploration might actually have purpose. Just casually finished Dead Space 1. Pre-remake. Okay, so we're looking for something to douse the flames with. Okay, I was wondering why we were just kind of left to amongst ourselves to explore. Let's look at this table then. You know, according to outside accounts of the kid's story, they say the table was made of real mahogany. Real mahogany, which means real expensive. Do you know any idea how hard it is to source that stuff around here? I mean, what do we have? Fur? Okay, there's a tree hierarchy apparently. Well, regardless, it was quite fancy, especially for a witch who appeared lacking in the dinner guest department. Rude, I think. Okay, I think we need to find something to douse the flames with. Let's be a tad more purposeful then. You know what? Maybe there's a sink in the kitchen. The kid entered the kitchen and found little of interest. Random cutlery and the lingering smell of stale grease littered the room. Ew. An oven attached to some counters, along with the rear side of the hearth, crowded around the far side of the room, near a door leading into the pantry. You have a sink? You can look in the oven, the countertops, the rear side, and never mind. I can't find a sink! Oh wait. I'm an idiot. There wouldn't be plumbing. We're in a forest! I don't think this house is particularly up to those standards. I'm gonna have a sip of coffee though. This is a lot more reading than I'm used to doing on stream. Anyway, I guess we'll look at the oven, Hansel and Gretel. A standard brick oven, slightly ostentatious and certainly oversized. Didn't seem like anything had been cooked in there for some time. Okay, what about the countertops? Maybe there'll be a water cup or something. A slate countertop littered with cutlery. The kid couldn't glean anything of note. Because you're stupid, or because there's nothing actually there? What about the other side of the hearth? Ooh. Oh, okay, we got it. The kid looked into the hearth and realized there was a key dropped in there, resting behind the flames. We got the pantry key. All they had to do was pluck the key out and they had access to the pantry. Oh, I thought that would be to the bedroom, but okay. I guess let's find the pantry then? Is there not a pantry in here? Wait. Not what I wanted. Okay, sure, we'll click on the oven again. Aha! Pantry. Here we go. The pantry was dark, cool, and musty. Gross. Not me thinking we had to put out the fire, but we literally just have to open the door on the other side. Larger than expected for the size of the manse, it nestled unsettling thoughts into the kid's mind. Great, the pantry's making us crazy. Okay, we got rotten food, a servant's note, a particularly savage-looking rat. What the? Okay, I want to read the note first, and then we're looking at that rat, because what the fuck? A small, bloodied piece of paper that maddeningly detailed a particular book within the library, but for whatever reason, it did not explain why. Regardless, it piqued the kids' interest. They would have to check the shelves for the tome. Okay, so it looks like we're going back to the library. Let's look at the rat. A large, rotund rat sat in the center of the pantry, watching the kid. Oh, he's rotund. He a big boy.
Hey, yous looks like the thrifty sort. I was about an exchange, eh? You scratch my back, I scratch yours. Capiche?
Why are you the same as the fairy?
Buy me some cheese, yeah? This food ain't no good for nobody, nohow. Get me a little of the goods, though, and I'm liable to talk.
The kid blinked at the rat before continuing on their rummaging. After all, who has time to speak with shifty, not to mention magical, vermin? You got rotten cheese? A disgusting pile of rotting food that made the kid feel sick. There was no telling how long it had been sitting there. Let's go to the library then. There might be cheese in the dining hall, though. Let's go to the dining hall. See if we can find some cheese. Portrait, hearth, bust. See if there's some cheese on the table. Okay, this is just the same thing. I'm gonna go to the foyer then. This is cool, though. The fact that we have a mini-map as well. Let's go to... Oh, wait. We might find something here if we look around. We already looked at the corner. There wasn't anything in there. What's the welcome sign? A flat board made of cork sat on the wall, with little ceramic letters backed by pins pushed into the facade. It read, Live, Laugh, Spellcraft! We're in Wheeze's house. This is just Wheeze's house. Rearrange the letters? Oh, hell yeah. With a little creative tinkering, the kid changed the sign to read, Ugh, all life steal. I love that. Okay. Potted plant? Maybe there's cheese in here. A pitiful, wilted thing. The kid's first thought upon seeing such a sad remark was to believe it to be desiccated? Okay. Perhaps she was right. Okay. What about the clock? An ancient clockwork soldier tirelessly carrying on his duty without complaint. Something sinister emanated from it, and the kid felt a tinge of fear as the hands neared midnight. Oh no, am I timed? I'm screwed. I'm not good with timed shit. Wait until midnight, skip to the end. No, we still have stuff to do. Now that we sort of have a direction, we'll look at the chandelier. An intricate crystal chandelier hung down from overhead. Its tether disappeared into the darkness of the vaulted ceiling, but its light showed down in a flood. Channel the talisman to cut the tether. I feel that's gonna kill us, but sure, try it. The kid held up the talisman and felt their spirits swell. Before them appeared a small, golden fairy, who flittered up to the chandelier's tether and cut it loose with a slash of gilded magics akin to a sword. The resulting crash was deafening, but at least the kid avoided getting cut up by shrapnel. They just had to be careful walking around on the floor. Okay, we made a mess. Great. Okay, yeah, let's go to the library, because apparently we don't have that upstairs key yet. Because there's that book we need to find. Table and chair, bookshelf. I can't believe we cut up those curtains. Okay. Where's the book? Yeah, the secret book. Here we go. The kid opened the book expecting to find some boring scrap of information, but instead was greeted with a hollowed-out center. Bedroom key? Bedroom key! And within that center, a key. Let's go upstairs. We'll let you read, I guess. Oh wait, no, there was a nevermind option. Wow. Shove him back in there. Let's go to the foyer. And let's run to the bedroom. We still have time. It's 10:35, but I don't know what's gonna find out or what we're gonna find in the bedroom. Upstairs to the bedroom. The kid, finally finding the bedroom, had to take in the strangely intimate feeling of her surroundings. Well, yes, it's a bedroom. The room was quite enviable. One way led to a personal lavatory, the other way towards the library's mezzanine. With the only other way out back into the hallway, the kid couldn't help but take a gander around. Wardrobe, vanity, bed, Oh, we can get the cheese! An armor stand. We'll examine all of it, but I want to get the cheese first. A conspicuously well-preserved wedge of cheese. Admittedly, the kid was forced to do a double take. There on the nightstand, kept in perfect condition under a heavy glass lid, was a spectacular wedge of cheese. Oh, it's like late-night cheese snacking. Perhaps, she thought, the mansion belonged to a tyromancer. The fuck is a tyromancer? Or a bored hobbyist. Regardless, the kid took the cheese because, quite frankly, she couldn't think of a reason not to. I mean, could you? No, I guess I couldn't. Exactly. I don't think there's a person alive who could resist free, perfectly aged cheese like that. We got perfectly preserved cheese. As it is well known, cheese is supposed to be aged. Therefore, this cheese must have been simply the best. Key for the master bedroom. Bizarre circular motifs made up its styling. Key to the pantry. Evidently, prior theft necessitated enhanced security. Okay, that's all the new stuff. Anyway, the kid took it in their grubby little fingers and kept it safely on their person. Yeah, let's look at everything in here. A large hardwood wardrobe sat with handles just waiting for the kid's fingers to grasp. And within, she found a marvelous cane tipped in iron with the effigy of a hawk. We stole a cane! While blunt, it still posed a significant method of damage when swung. Am I gonna have to fight? Okay, cool. We'll look at the vanity next. A beautifully simplistic vanity sat in the corner of the room. Inside, a diary belonging to the lady of the house sat opened, reading, I fear to have fallen unto thraldom. I mustn't forget the code to the altar. Mine own faith feels faint of late. I pray this omen ne'er to afflict my sweet child. Remember it. Remember the code, ye tired wretch. Epiclo, for the sake of thy daughter. It's odd, but the kid wondered if there might be more information yet to be found in the diary. Do I just look at it deeper, or... I guess not. I will look at the bed. A majestic four-poster bed took up prominent space within the bedroom. When the kids searched it, however, they found a magnificent longsword hidden beneath the covers. Age had certainly gripped the blade, but it could still swing at least once. Backup weapon! Lady's longsword, we are just stealing everything. The icon on the hilt resembled an eye held tightly shut. What about the armor stand? Do we get armor? A mannequin in the corner of the room sported a particular attire. Armor, though ceremonial, as if meant to slip over regular clothing. The fold made of mirrored plates matched an oversized necklace of similar styling, while a set of gauntlets completed the fashion. We stole armor! As the kid donned the armor, they could feel a warding effect create a paling around them. On some level, despite the ornamental nature of it, they felt far more protected than before. We're just gearing up all over the place, damn. Okay, and that's it for here. Let's go... Well, we do have some options up here. Let's just go all the way upstairs and then we'll go back for the rat later. So we'll start with the mezzanine. The library's mezzanine felt decadent to the kid. Immaculate carvings made up the banister, and intricate candelabras effused a sanguine light between the stunted shelves. A magnificent window at the far end of the room was covered by blood-red curtains, trailing far below to the ground floor. A fall from there would have caused grave injury to the kid. Well then don't fucking fall. Look at the bookshelf. The kid perused the shelves, finding a number of tomes that struck her fancy. Book 1, 2, 3... Okay. We'll start with 1. The first book the kid set aside lamented the journey of a lone knight's spirit. One who, even after death, continued to stand guard beside a frozen queen who was the only one to have claimed his heart. And 2. The second book the kid set aside poured over the fantastic detail about how best to host a dinner party when one's guests are beings from upper and outer planes of existence. Oh, like eldritch beings. As it turned out, the key was an excessive stockpile of horseradish and a can-do attitude. Sure. Book 3? The third book the kids set aside laid out the steps to reforging the might and magic of a worn sword. That was, a blade in which the power had been lost when the one who remembered it passed on. The restorative ritual relied on several key items. An effigy of faith once belonging to the weapon, a knife with the power of rebirth to draw and drip the new faithful's blood upon the effigy, and the weapon in question itself. I think we have all these things already. There was, however, a catch. The ritual could only be done atop an altar of the weapon's faith. To exhume a faith as such, without first taking the steps needed to show one's respect, was tantamount to blasphemy. I mean, we have all that, I'm pretty sure, so we can shove those backs. Let's go to the bedroom. Let's go to the shitter. To the shitter! The heavy chime of the grandfather clock declared 11. Oh, we're running out of time. The time is 11 o'clock. The inside of the lavatory was fascinating to the kid. Lazuli walls culted every inch, and ornate tiling in blues and whites accented the rest. We have an unassuming toilet, a simple cabinet, and never mind. We'll start with the toilet, why not? Potty humor. Wasn't much. A magical toilet, any and all have seen one of these in their lifetimes. Why do your business in a hole in the backyard when magic can do all the transporting for you? Oh, so I wasn't crazy to think there might be a sink. I see. We'll flush it, I guess. The kid flushed the toilet. Magically, the water was whisked away, and in a similar fashion, it was refilled into the bowl. Truly a marvel of magical science. Amazing. What's in the cabinet? A basic wooden cabinet sat at the end of the lavatory opposite the toilet. Inside it held only one item, a single roll of extra toilet paper. Naturally, the kid took it. Creating mischief in the realm of one's most vulnerable activities brought a delight to her that was rarely matched. We took toilet paper. Plus, toilet paper is a remarkably flammable substance, and the kid understood that well. What the fuck? She said arson. Okay. Whatever you say, dude. Okay, back to the bedroom. I think that's all we can do here for right now, so we'll go back downstairs and go to the kitchen and see about that rat. Oh, here. I forget that these rooms are, connected. So you have to go through one to get to the other. To the pantry, please, and then we'll give the cheese to the rat. Where's the rat? You. I got cheese. Hey, sat some cheddar? How's about you hand over the scratch? And we lost the cheese. Alright. Now here's a piece of advice for yous. Get out of town before the clock strikes 12, capiche? After that, it's bad times in the biz. And don't get too enamored by that clock in the foyer. Before you know it, hours will pass by. Before the kid could say anything, the rat scurried off. What a pal. Oh, so leave, basically. But how do I do this ritual, then? Let's see if we can find it. Because there's a thing that we could do. Dining hall, pantry, dining hall. I'm trying to speedrun this. I never saw an altar anywhere, so I'm wondering if we can find that. We got 15 minutes. Welcome sign, potted plant, chandelier, suspicious corner. Is that the altar? Portrait of the lady of the house. Yep. We read this already. We're not gonna... Maybe we have to. You know what? Do it. We've already stolen and vandalized anyway. The kid thrust their knife into the subjectively derivative piece of art and rent the canvas away from the wall. To their surprise, a fortified door with a magical seal preventing passage lay just beyond. Upon further inspection, the seal seemed to unlock with a spoken password. Oh! The kid leaned forward, plainly speaking, a piccolo, before standing back to watch the wall recede and the room behind become exposed. Ooh! Wait, is there anything to examine first? No. Leave it be. Let's go through the passage then. Go through the secret passage. Oh, we got 10 minutes, we're cutting it close. Behind the hidden passageway, the kid wandered through a brief, dark passageway before emerging at an intimate stone chapel ending in an occult altar. Oh, this must be it. A statue depicting the lady of the house stood in the corner on a dais, and pews lined the length of the nave. Examine the pews, the aid statue. Let's do the altar. We're running out of time. The kid, utilizing the information gleaned from the book, readied the items for the altar. Setting the discarded Fae atop the stone baby, the kid gripped their knife and cut deep into her thumb, watching as buds took hold atop the talisman in a small circle. Finally, the kid took the sword and plunged it hard into the sacrament. The babe underneath shattered, though the blade tip never pierced through the talisman. As the kid pulled the sword back out, however, she could feel the strength pulsate from the babe, and noticed the eye on the hilt open. Oh, cool. We lost a bunch of shit, but we got the grudge blade. It felt like staring in a reflection. You can look at the pews, the statue, the altar. Maybe the statue? Or, no, I worry about wasting time though. Well, we have the things to defend ourselves, so we might be okay. Let's look at the statue. The kid marveled at a 10-foot-high statue upon a raised dais depicting the lady of the house. Legends say that the statue wore a ceremonial set of armor and branded a long sword in a left hand, a magnificent crease in the other. And despite being made of naught but stone, it is said that the eyes glittered, as though gems forever caught in the glint of starlight. Oh, cute. Okay, what about the pews? A set of 6 hardwood pews that lined the way to the altar. Each looked immaculate and unblemished, save for one near the front. A singular seat had long been worn away. That's kind of sad. I think we can leave now? Yeah. Okay. We should probably get out of here then, because we have everything. We explored everything. Can we get out of here? Or wait, no, I guess we'd skip to the end. Because we looked at everything. Okay, I think this skips us to the end. Yep. Let's do midnight. Oh, hey! Oh god, you were kind of terrifying to look at. In the foyer, the kid felt a horrid chill in the air. Well, it also wouldn't let me leave, but I feel like we're as prepared as we could possibly be. Suddenly, she came face to face with the shade of the manse's matron. Though a formidable opponent, it was nothing more than the poor witch's memories made manifest. That's really sad, actually. There was no time to think. The shade saw the kid as an intruder and intended to make the consequences known. Oh boy. Oh, we've got HP. We have 12. How much do you have? But the kid had no intention of going out or down without a fight. Well, we have a lot of items. So we might be alright. We'll probably be dice rolling though, but let's hope we roll high. The kid danced around, desperately trying to avoid cutting themselves up too bad on the broken chandelier. Oh, motherfucker. Alright, that took my health a little. The kid thought briefly about what to use against the shade, pulling out. Swanky cane. Or budding knife. Nah, let's get out the grudge blade. We got the good shit. The kid swung the legendary blade at the shade. The agony sent out by the beast was a symphony. It certainly felt that attack. Its eyes catching the ridiculous rearrangement of the welcome sign. The shade stood for a moment in confusion. The kid wasn't about to let the opportunity pass her by. Let's go! Win for vandalism! The kid thought briefly about what to use against the shade, pulling out. Now, we're gonna use a sword. The sword's the best thing. Let's use the sword. The kid swung the legendary blade at the shade. Oh, you're down to half health already. You're going down, lady! The shade initiated its share of combat by reaching high and striking down with an incredible claw attack. That barely did shit. I'm gonna get you first. The passion of the fight had been ignited. The dance was afoot. The kid danced around, desperately trying to avoid. No, I'm taking passive damage from the damn chandelier. Oh god, I gotta kill you quick. Okay, we're gonna use this because it seems to do the most damage. Use the blade. Use the grudge blade. Get him! Get him! One more strike and you're dead. The shade hissed, whipping a miserable claw at the kid, connecting somewhat. There's no other path left to the kid. Only fate could scry the outcome. And we take passive damage. I'm so pissed about that. Use the good sword! Use the great sword! The kid swung the legendary blade at the shade. The agony sent out by the beast was a symphony. It certainly felt that attack. The shade shrieked and moaned as the magic comprising it flittered away. All that was left in that mess of glittering shrapnel was the kid. The kid, and a bounty of unanswered questions. The only thing left as a clue for her was a small, precious stone fragment left behind by the shade. Hell yeah, we got her! And as the kid scooped it in her palm, the fragment warmed and glittered a bright green before fading at length into a slumber. Regardless, the kid understood it was only the beginning of her journey. And such was the kid, forced to come to terms with many a disquieting thought upon that return trip home. Oh, we're back with Cinna, cute! Dozens of woes, a litany of sorrows, but only one truth that struck her. Perhaps those who rallied against her, in fact, did so with cause. The kid would return victorious indeed, but some believe her to have gone on further, to do many a great deed. Alas, that is all for now. Time has slipped away from us, it seems. You'd best hurry on home now before the dark settles. The crone leans in uncomfortably close. You wouldn't want to run into the Violet Witch now, would you? She asks with a cackle. Taking her advice, you return home, head filled with thoughts of the kid. That was cool. I really liked that. That was really fun. Oh, I got a new song apparently. Nothing changed with my stats though. One evening, while wandering back home through the woods, you hear a strange melody through the trees. Wait, did the day reset? Because this was grayed out before. It sounds distinctly unlike the human music you hear when in the village, and you find yourself drawn towards it. Nothing else to identify the source. As you approach, other sounds become evident. Chatter, faint clanking of metal, the soundscape of commerce. Then finally you spot it, a clearing full of strange small stalls and beings. The night market! Aw, like Stardew. You can approach the market or fuck off. Now, let's go see the market. What a fascinating little discovery. You can't help but wander closer, trying to understand the situation further. As you approach, you notice a selection of small vendors and other random stalls. It's getting dark. You don't have long to linger. We'll peruse or... I don't think we have anything to sell. Let's peruse. You spot a booth manned by little beings with big, bushy white eyebrows, mustaches, or beards. When you approach, you can see a variety of strange items laid out for sale. Anything strike your fancy? We're having a special today. Everything is just 2 coins. That's quite a bargain, you know. We get our goods from only the finest artisans. We have 3. It'll kind of put us low, but maybe? If you have any questions about anything, let me know. And when you're ready to pay, just put your 2 coins in this corner tray here. What do we got? We have candy. We have a restorative elixir. A fucking literal bomb. A rabbit's foot. I don't want to or can't buy anything. If this was me, I would go for the literal smoke bomb, but this is Cinna. I feel like she'd go for a rabbit's foot. Ah, humans have some superstitions about these in luck, I've heard. We don't believe in such things, but our craftspeople just can't help themselves from making more. Remember, if you find anything you would like to buy, just place 2 coins in the corner of your selection. Oh, wait, how do I do that? Can I... Oh, what are these? Magic's acquired. Interesting. I want to date the girl of my dreams. That's so cute. Okay. I have that random business card. I have a crusty knife that I've had since a child, apparently. Okay. Where? Here. How do we use these? It's not letting me. We have 3 spells as well. I don't remember when we got that. We got a spore. Randomly. Okay. That's good. How do I... Ah, okay. Like that. Give me... Oh, wait. No. Can I take it off? Oh, shit. Wait. Okay, it doesn't... Okay. I panicked there for a second. Oh, shit. I keep clicking the wrong button. 1, 2... Okay, yeah, we'll take the rabbit's foot. How odd. You can't help but be curious about these so-called superstitious qualities. After you pay the man, you hold the rabbit's foot close. Who can tell if it does anything, but maybe just thinking that it does will make you luckier. Let's have a look at it. Perhaps it'll bring you luck, or perhaps you're just carrying random body parts around. Or a mushroom. That's not that much of a stretch. Sometimes when you lay down to go to sleep, you find yourself remembering a dream you had. There was a woman there who said you probably wouldn't remember her, but for some reason you do. In fact, so much so that you would like to see her again. You know that she's not real, but there's something fun about that, you suppose. An imaginary friend that you visit like a real one. Oh, that's really similar to the horror story I wrote. That is on my channel, by the way, if y'all were curious. Here. Command. It's in there. It'll say u/Malium, because that's how I'd note the stories I've written, but that's a similar concept to what I did, except I fucked it because horror. Interesting, though. One day, you make your way back to the same spot you first met her at, the meadow with the flowering trees. In your hands, you grasp a flower, a polite request for company. You're not sure if it will help, but it's the only thing you can think to do. And finally, you just have to fall asleep. In time, an easy feat. As you wait peacefully, you hear a sound you recognize. I'm impressed. Most people don't think about me twice. You sit with her for a few moments. Are you real? Have you always been like this? What the fuck? Can we go somewhere else? I think you'd want to know if she's real. What a strange question. Of course not. But there are some places where things are a little blurry. Dreams and magic, mainly. I find it's better not to question it in any case. Oh, what went up? My robustness? Nice! I'm up from 20 to 35. Okay, we're a bit stronger now. You decide to follow her advice. The rest of your dream is pleasant. A group of 3 armed men stop you while you're out, demanding any goods you may have, or else. The fresh blood on their weapons show these are not idle threats. I'm being threatened already? I don't think we're strong enough. Let's use one of our spells. 5. Okay, apparently that barely passes. I don't know what counts as a pass or fail. I know 1 and 2 are bad. But apparently 5 is a pass too. Casting a number of weak but still flashy spells does indeed startle the 3 men. They quickly scatter, hopefully learning to not try and rob a lone mushroom girl ever again. Ooh, our potency and humanity went up too, and our mycelium. Sick! The winter gala draws ever nearer, and you realize you have work to do if your date is ever going to happen. The woman you decided to invite is strange, otherworldly. To go to the ball with her, you first have to find her. Library... Well, we've found her in our dreams already. So maybe we need some background knowledge, so we're gonna go to the library. This woman is something extraordinary. You are convinced that she is real, and that there's something more you can learn about her. A few days before the ball, you decide to go to the local village to do more research. They have books there that may tell you more. You arrive at the library, excited to try something new. I miss going to libraries. We have one here, but it's clearly meant for kids. It makes me sad. Books are not something you're familiar with, after all. Oh, we're stupid. Great. Hey, look, little snowflakes. Nevertheless, you're excited to finally do some research. Unfortunately, when you arrive, you realize a critical flaw with your plan. Books, as it turns out, are these collections of thin wood slices with words imprinted on them. Evidently, you can speak words, however, you have not learned to read words. Damn it. Can I just take it to my human parent? A helper follows you around for a while, attempting to help by reading the words to you. Unfortunately, the process is a little slow and unwieldy. You aren't able to gather any information of use, and mainly succeed in confusing the assistant. I guess we'll try to find her in our dreams. You've only met her once, but the thought of her sticks with you. You're sure that's worth something. The night before the ball, you take a flower with you to bed. Oh. We'll take it. So I'm assuming then the 10 is the equivalent of a natural 20 then? Because 6 seems a little low to pass if it was a scale of 20, but if it's 10, that makes sense. In time, you can feel yourself relaxing. Sleep takes you easily. And to your relief, in your dream, you can faintly hear a familiar song. It's somewhere in the distance. You know that this is your chance. Your legs feel like they're made of stone, but you do your best to power through. Eventually, you turn your head. There's no need to run. The woman is right there with you. You were looking for me, I assume? Her voice sounds the way the cotton feels. That is not the voice I've been doing for her, but I think I forgot the original one, so we'll adjust that. You contemplate what you want to tell her. So you simply say what's on your mind, that there is a ball soon, and you were wondering if she would go with you. There's a pause, then a bright laugh. She grabs your hand. Ah, pinch mi amor. Adorable. She grabs your hand, and when you look away from her, you're in a mansion. There are others around you, music too. Something like this? She asks, moving with you through the dancing crowd. It does look like a gala, you suppose. You're not sure you'd be able to tell the difference if you didn't already suspect this was a dream. We can do anything we want. Do you want a different song? Or do you want a different song? I think she's making an innuendo there. Whoops. You feel like she said one thing, but meant another. She said we could do anything, but in a voice that felt like she was powerless. Oh, not an innuendo then. Oof. That aside, the question of what to do next remained. There's like one option, and I'm okay with this. We're gonna dance with her. You decide that this event is for one thing, dancing. You take her by the hand and lead her to the floor. The two of you spend longer than you can comprehend on the dance floor, enjoying each other's company the whole time. She's talented on her feet, but moves with a certain melancholy. Oh, we're rolling? 4. Ugh. Okay, so 5 and up is a pass, 4 and below is a fail. As the night progresses, she feels less material, like parts of her have been disappearing on you. You feel like you should say something. You have a family. Where's your favorite place? Do you ever want to go back? Maybe if we ask where her favorite place is, we can manifest her there again? She takes a deep breath and closes her eyes. The two of you pause for a moment as she thinks, her figure gaining more definition by the second. Oh, we're helping. The meadow. The one where I first appeared to you. I grew up near here, and as a child we'd always try to climb the trees. I wasn't very good at it back then. She sighed happily, looking more in focus than you had ever seen her. Eventually, the two of you tire of the timelessness of the night. The other partygoers slow, some disappearing into the air. You don't feel tired, which should be obvious, but still surprises you. Feels like you may not have much time left with her tonight. Aww. Ask to join her, take your leave. Let's join her. That's what we came here for. You consider how to phrase it exactly. You don't want to scare her off after all. Finally, you just tell her. You want to come with her. You want to trade your waking life for this other reality, where you can have anything you would like. At first, you think you see a smile, but that quickly gives way to a sigh. Isn't there someone out there that loves you? You wish briefly for the someone to be her. I could not possibly allow you to leave them. Consider yourself lucky. There are those who would cross realities to have what you have. You have no choice but to accept her decision. Probably right anyway. Yeah, the recluse still loves me. Rather, I still love Cinna, I guess. Oh, that's bittersweet. The rest of the night disappears in a blink, and eventually you realize that morning has come to wake you. Thoughts of your dream girl follow you through your day. But in time, you find her memory fading. Oh no. Maybe today you'll visit your family. Oh, I thought dampness would go up because it was sad, but apparently that increased our humanity. As you grow older, you look back over your life. You think back to the witch who created you, and can't help but wonder if everything met her expectations. You wonder if you were the daughter your parent had hoped for. Ending. After all this time. Oh, we found an ending! You've grown up. Aww. That's an achievement. We got the one magic. These are still our family matters, so good bonds with our family all around. We kept the rabbit's foot, which, hey, that might have boosted our dice rolls, but we still failed. Ooh. So I've cast one spell and we have relative obscurity as a reputation. And then this is, I guess, the stuff we have left. Okay, interesting. And then these are our final stats. So we have a lot of humanity. She's happy and healthy for the most part, because the rest of these are all kind of the same. These are balanced. Like, she's not, like, tanky or anything, but she's not that sad either. She doesn't do well in high-stress situations, so we have a very happy, loving girl who just wants everybody to get along, basically. That's so cute. Is that it? Is it over? Congratulations on finishing your first run of Mushroom Musume! You've just discovered one of over 30 endings, Jesus, available in the demo version of the game. There's 30 in the demo alone? That's so much content for free! Holy shit! We encourage you to experiment a little while growing your next daughter to see just how different she can turn out. Well, yeah, I could strip torture her, I'm pretty sure. Be sure to check out your almanac if you want to track your progress. You've got plenty in this demo to keep you busy farming for a while. I thought I'd also tell you a bit about what awaits players in the full game. Yeah, please tell me, because this is a lot even for the demo, my god. Ooh. Oh, wait, get back. We have a garden that we can make in like a 3x3 square. Looks like supplies. We're excited to be working on a new system of mini-games for you to play between sessions. So it's less point and click, I guess. Each grown daughter earns you spores, which can then be used to purchase mushroomy gardening supplies. Oh, that explains why I got one in my inventory. I was like, where the fuck did that come from? Okay. What you grow in your garden can help shape future daughters, allowing players a little more control over her outcome, or even eventually allowing you to jump right into the third act. Oh, so to skip, basically. Summon 200 spores? Jesus! Not in a gardening mood, then your hard-earned spores can instead be gambled away, not the gambling, in exchange for rare goodies. How mysterious. Don't you want to know what you'll get? The fuck? The game really said, let's add gambling. We're also hard at work writing. Oh, that's what I want to say. This was really well written, so I believe you. The full game will have double the word count, oh god, and double the amount of story content, including an expanded overarching plot. Oh cool. Delve into a dungeon, found a town bustling with fungal life, or maybe even destroy the Witch of the Woods for good, if you want. That doesn't make sense lore-wise, though. Because here's the thing, like, she creates the daughters, right? So there's gotta be a sense of familial loyalty, because the thing with children and parents, in real life even, children grow up loving their parents unless that parent does something so irredeemable that that's what causes them to cut them out. So I feel like the witch needs to do something bad to prompt that, like really bad. You know, other than cursing people while I immediately set them up for their deaths. Oh, is that a cat? Not to mention never before seen mushroom girls. Somebody with cat eyes, apparently. A cavalcade of new music, even some unique collectibles that are something else entirely. We're aiming to release a full game in the first part of 2025. Oh, so that's out now, I think. Wishlist us on Steam to keep with the newest news. Plus, it helps us out a lot. Yeah, since we're going to be buffing the core gameplay loop, players won't be able to transfer the progress from the demo version. That's fine. You'll get a little bonus in exchange at least. Just thought you'd like to know. Thanks for playing. That was cool. Oh, I love that. That was so fun. That was a fun little game. I think, let me check Steam real quick. I think the full game is out now, or at least the first half of it. So again, this was recommended to me by Wheeze. I didn't realize that it was going to be like mostly a visual novel. I thought it would have visual novel components, but this was definitely like a very text-based choose your own adventure, which I guess most visual novels are. That was fun. I loved all the mini games as well. They were so fucking cool. I think they're really cool. Apparently, according to Steam, this is the same as Sucker for Love. I will say to my streamer friends out there, it is a lot of reading. Even just like for you yourself. Apparently there was voice acting, but you know what? Maybe that's in the full game because I never got any. I had to kind of do everything myself, which resulted in me forgetting a lot of voices. Whoops. But yeah, you can do so much with it, but it is very dialogue heavy, so I'd recommend like phoning some friends for it, or I don't know, just pacing yourself. But I would recommend this if you love visual novels and like mini like RPG things, because it was so satisfying to play. The art style I love to pieces. I think it looks so cool. I'm a little disappointed that I raised her with a with a pumpkin, so I thought it'd be like a more fall oriented kind of mushroom, because it started out that way. Like she was the UI at least was orange and green, but then it became pink, I guess because I raised her with a lot of love and therefore it turned her pink. Which is a really cute detail, and I love how the menu is that color now. I don't know what the password is for. I have no idea, but I'm sure that'd be relevant if you play the full game. This is why I like Steam PC game demos never tend to last 2 hours, even if you're playing at a slower pace. Oh yeah! Well, technically we've only been going for 2.5 hours, but I read relatively quickly, even with my bloopers, so that's probably on me. But navigating the house, getting to do that like little mini game within the story, even fighting like the lady of the house randomly was really cool. And again, the art style is just so pretty. So I got basically Pink Daughter raised by a lot of love. And I think it's really cool. And I think if you can afford it, you should probably play the full version. I can't, because if this is how long the demo is, I'm going to be way too busy for a full version, at least right now. But I might play it on my own time, because that is a lot more reading than I was expecting. I'm also looking for a share button, so that I can share the game, like the game link, but can't seem to find it. You know what? I could probably pull it up on my browser and pull the game up, and grab the link from there. But it's $15 right now. I think the full version is out, or at least the first half. But I highly recommend it. It's very cozy. It's very cool. You get to, again, manipulate how your daughter comes out, which sounds horrible out of context, but you know what I mean. Like, it's such a cool concept, and again, if you're a fan of visual novels and choose your own adventure, this is it for you. I think it's such a good time. So here be the store link if you're interested. That being said, that was long and a lot of reading for me, and I'm a little tired. I'm a little camera tired because of that. This is why I've thought about doing streams where I just like read to you a lot. Like, I don't know, like I show some behind the scenes of my horror narration channel recording, but one, that's gonna be a lot of bloopers, and two, that's way too much pressure on me. But this was a fun little venture. Thanks again, Wheeze, for recommending it to me. I appreciate you. But I think I'm gonna raid out now, because I think that was a good one to end on. The music is just so pretty, so let's see who's on to raid, and then I'll do like the briefest housekeeping things. Here's the raid messages, by the way, if you want to grab those in advance. Top one is for subs, bottom one's for everybody else. Let me see who's live. If not, we'll just end off today. But yeah, it was definitely a more chill stream. I had a great time. But again, a lot of reading. A lot more than I thought, because I thought the demo would be much shorter. So let's see. Then stream crashed earlier. So there's that. Well, not crashed. I think signal was just bad, because it was technically storming quite a bit. Oh, perfect. We're gonna raid Kadi. I don't know what the fuck they're drawing, but I'm here for it. And also, Kadi's never on most of the time when I'm streaming anyway, so I'm taking advantage. So go say hi to Kadi. They're doing some art. Did I do this right? Yeah, okay, amazing. So grab your raid messages. In terms of streams and stuff, the schedule is posted in the schedule tab, but I will see you on Wednesday, 1 p.m. Central Time, for some more No Summons Elden Ring. We're gonna be fucking beating up Gideon. I'm not looking forward to that fight, because I fucking hate Gideon, but who doesn't at this point? So yeah, we're gonna be continuing our No Summons run on Wednesday, and then on Friday, we'll be doing some Dead by Daylight, as per usual, 5 p.m. Central Time. 2v8 will be out by that time, so if you're a bingy or a friend that has access to the Commune VC, that means you can join if you would like. So we will have... Neve will presumably be with me, so we'll have 6 open slots rather than the usual 2. So, again, bingies and friends are welcome to join. I'm always down to clown with my peeps. Thank you for stream. Thank you for hanging out for this long. This is different than what I usually do. A lot more reading than I'm used to. Live anyways. But this was fun. I really enjoyed this game. 2v8 is Friday. 2v8's out tomorrow. So by the time I'm streaming on Friday, it'll be out and we'll be ready to clown. So, yeah. I do have another demo lined up, but you'll have to wait until next Monday to find out what it is. Anyway, the raid thing is going down.